to you, Rajnath Singh has also said कि उन्होंने हमारा धर्म पूछ के मारा, हमने उनका कर्म देख के उन्हें reply दिया है. What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely, I think he in his attempt to internationalize the whole issue, so to say, he categorically called out that while their thing was that they wanted to divide us on the religious line, but they failed. In fact, they united us that way. It was a very lowly act on the part of the terrorists who are supported by the Pakistan government, and thereby that this act was really condemnable. But when we replied to them, it was based on what they have been doing, what are their deeds. And their deeds have been that they have been all these years they have been supporting terror. Terror is their state instrument. Terrorists are dispensable for them, and terrorism is their state policy. So, because their deeds are such, we had no choice but to strike against them. We did not care about the nuclear threat. We did not care about what's the kind of terror network they have. We had to go hit them everywhere to drive home the point that this will not be tolerated anymore. And he was very emphatic in his statement, and to the also telling to the world that here is a rogue state and it's a high time that the world to take note of it, and all international agencies, particularly he was emphasizing on the nuclear irresponsibility of Pakistan, because he's been making those statements every now and then. So here was a this statement meant for the world that you need to take care of Pakistan. Pakistan is no more credible nuclear power. And on the other side, I just want to get your attention to the political signal. This is the political signaling at its best from our side. Look at the political signaling that is coming out of Pakistan. I mean, the Shehbaz Sharif going to a field in between middle of nowhere and
Trying to copy us, trying to copy what Prime Minister did yesterday, Marshall, isn't he?
well, I think they somebody need to tell them that they need a lesson or two in communication strategy as well. Besides of their military power.
Absolutely. They are trying to copy us in any possible way. Remember, the announcement of persona non grata came in yesterday as well. They exactly copy pasted the same announcement, just replace the word India with Pakistan. Then yesterday we saw Prime Minister going with all smiles to the, military bases, also showing the S-400 completely in the working condition, also boosting the morale of our Jawans. But at the same time, we saw what Shehbaz Sharif did on the other side. It's funny that they had posters at their background, nothing substantial to show to the world of the claims that they have been making of having destroyed multiple of the air bases here in India. But Lieutenant General Chopra, let me come back to you with this new normal that has now been introduced to us as civilians. The government has been reiterating to that. The armed forces have clearly told us during the press briefings that India is looking forward for a new normal. This is how we are going to be living forward from here. Now, this announcement coming in our capacity, we are trying to keep our stance extremely clear to the world that this is the new normal for us, and we are not here to tolerate and clap our hands.
Yeah, the new normal is very clear that we are no more going to have a strategic restraint or a strategic, peace. We are posturing and sending a very stern message that one, we are autonomous state, we take our own decisions. Like the Prime Minister said, we will decide our terms, our conditions, and also the method, the time and place of our choosing how to retaliate to any Pakistani effect. That is point number one. Secondly, he brought out very clear in the new normal, we will not be scared of his nuclear saber rattling. Neither he has a saber, how is he rattling it? And we know how to deal with it. India is the fourth nation in the world which has got a nuclear triad. What I want to say by nuclear triad, that we have power to launch the nuclear weapon both by land, air, and sea. Though we always have a new no first war strategy, but we need to signal to Pakistan that in case it takes a misadventure, it will be very, very costly for him in terms of life and his existence. That, but he is well aware of it. That is why he keeps raising the nuclear bogey without doing anything. And very, very next thing the Prime Minister said, terror and talks can't go together, and blood and water can't go together. And he says, no, we will not look at ballot. This is a bilateral issue. If he goes internationally, we do nothing. And like we know, we also today you have seen even the US has backtracked that they had only, they had nothing to do with the ceasefire. It is just they jumped the gun and to take the credit. Possibly they were not always a mediator there, but it was our decision. We said let Pakistan come to his knees, coming for a handshake with us. So we did shake the hand. In fact, one of the experts I saw in your channel, it is bad to say as a military commander, but it was in your channel only. He ran away as a scared dog with a tail under his legs. That is was in your news channel. So he was so scared because he knew that his air defense has been totally neutralized, and his terrorist camps have been done away with, and his 11 bases have been rendered baseless. No, and he had taken his aircraft towards the Afghanistan border, and next BrahMos which fired must maybe having a devastating effect. Even like you seeing, they are trying to copy our own honorable Prime Minister and Defense Minister, and the
Absolutely.
man who calls the shot is General Asim Munir. He is hiding inside the bunker. He is not showing his face to his forward troops or even to his masses. Where is he missing? He made that last dialogue of a two nation theory and Islam. He's rating that Islam bogey, and after that he is missing. He's
Yes.
got his nation into a big trouble, and the masses also understand the time is not very far off that he'll be taken to task. Like again being brought out by a number of speakers that either the Pakistani general is on his chair or he runs for his life to any foreign country. I don't know what is happening inside Pakistan, but we need to study what is happening, and he is just hiding. I don't know. And in the army also, it's a divided lot because there are two divisions. One is pro Imran Khan forces. One is the fundamentalist, both terrorist related, and they are after Asim Munir. Therefore, what I want to say that the day is come to take Pakistan to task by the world community. And let me tell you, in the geopolitics, it takes little time to shape the world environment for a particular cause, and the day is not very far, and the international community is realizing, but there are certain Pakistani friends which you are aware, which have been brought in your channel to take China, Turkey, and Azerbaijan, and there are few, I was reading somewhere that the terror financing which is happening from underground sources. People of Pakistan, the Pakistani living abroad, by secret means, and also Pakistan is giving the Islamic bogey
Absolutely.
that it is the jihad is on the way, Islam and the fundamentals for
Right.
their religion.
Right.
So a lot of people who are after Islam are funding them. We need
Right.
to choke them out.